Good evening, Muskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the abnormal video. Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, scroll, 4, 5, and 6 and 7. 7 skins to chase after with 3 regular skins that will become marketable tomorrow. Yes, all of these skins, they are going to become marketable at a set time, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try and figure out what prices we might want to offer for all of them to potentially make some sweet, delicious profits. Yes, with a smart buy order, we could pick these up for a decent price and still sell them for a good amount of profit. It's not too hard to comprehend. But you might be sitting there and wondering, what's an abnormal skin? What are you talking about? If you were to look in the description of this video that you're watching right now, you'll see 2 videos have been provided. One's a short video, which will briefly go over all the details explaining what an abnormal skin is. But if you want something a little bit more in depth, explaining kind of the whole process and understanding what abnormal skins are, consider watching the video below it. It's a 20-minute video, but it explains so much more, and it will basically give you a good idea of when to expect abnormals and why we care about approaching them. In short, with abnormals, because we know they appear at a set time, we will all race to try and do the fastest buy order, offering a reasonable price. If we are the fastest, we will be the people who pick up these skins with all the cheap listings. You know, some people don't care about skin prices and just unload them for maybe about 50 cents or something. We're the ones who pick them up. We're the ones who sell them for the right prices. We're the ones who walk away with sweet, delicious looking profits. Not too hard to understand? Cool. Awesome. So now we're going to go through the process and figuring out what prices we might want to offer all of these skins. I'm going to try my best to, put out as much context, as much information towards all of you to try and figure out what you want to do. But the final decision is up to you what you do in terms of what you want to offer. Sounds good, chat? Cool. Let's go. Legacy Kevlar roadside vest and helmet. This has not met up with expectations of doing 30,000 sales each, which is interesting. So if we were to show you all of the Legacy Kevlar skins, what do we see? Overall, right, we know tier 3, so the vest did bare minimum 56,000 sales. Face mask, 65,600 bare minimum sales. Kilt, apparently, it only did 28,612 bare minimum sales. Now, the hooded and pants, both of them did over 50,000 plus bare minimum sales, but these two, well, they're only about 23,000 bare minimum sales, aka subscriber count. We know that subscriber count is definitive, so we know by default at least 23,000 individual people have bought this skin. We just don't know how many they bought, but that's still a perfectly fine measurement to roll with. So, with what I've mentioned many times in the past, if a collection remains being reasonably in demand, what tends to happen is the skins that have the least quantity overall compared to all the other skins end up becoming the most expensive. And the very obvious thing that we showed off was the likes of Whiteout collection, because with the likes of the tier 2 pieces, exactly like Legacy Kevlar, they came out at a later time compared to like the kilt. So tier 2 didn't come out all together with each other. It was kilt with the roadside gloves. Then a month later, we saw the vest and the helmet come out as a pair. Now, if you can remember, hoodie pants did an absurd amount of sales, 75,000 bare minimum. Tier 3, about 72 to 73,000 bare minimum sales. Insane. But then we got to the kilt, 60,000. And then we got to these two, only just about over 30,000 bare minimum sales. So, with the likes of this, what happened was, as if we were to look at this by price, you'll see that they ended up becoming some of the most expensive pieces. Least desirable when they came out in the Rust store, but because there's only so many of them to go around, because the whole collection, of course, was very in demand, they ended up becoming some of the most expensive pieces. And, of course, with the Coffeecan right here, $24? Is that more important than a kilt? Not really, but there's only so many of these to go around. And the next thing I'll show you is, just go look at the Steam market, look at all the quantities we have listed for all of them, and, surprise, surprise, Steam market's not working because it's absolutely horrible at the moment. But that's not the thing I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you is you can clearly see the Coffeecan helmet and the vest has the least quantities. And there we go, at the bottom, as you can see. Whereas all of the other skins, they have quite a lot, don't they? So, yeah, you can see that. You can understand with hardly any quantity to go around, the prices go up a whole lot easier. Could that happen to our Legacy Kevlar? It can, but just don't expect it to go up to insane prices. Could they still end up better than what they're currently at the moment? Yes, for sure, 100%. So as long as the likes of the Blackout collection remains fairly expensive, so if we go over to here, Blackout came first, very desirable, people love it, but not everybody can afford it. When you look at the likes of all the core pieces, the hoodie and the pants, the tier 3, and of course the tier 2, it's a bit pricey. Just the hoodie and pants together, that's going to cost you about, what, $38 there, almost $40. These two, that's an extra $10, and all three of these, you're probably expected to pay maybe another $40 right there. So that's expensive, but for a much more, available option, a much more affordable option, you have this for considerably less. All of that for about $20. Much more cheaper, much more approachable. So that very likely means a lot of people would prefer to go ahead and buy this. There will be demand. There will still be people wanting to buy this. So that's going to work out all right for it. It can still rise up nicely. But the cap and how high it might go probably will be dependent on how expensive the Blackout collection is. So from here and now, we've talked about how these two skins can end up becoming quite expensive based on what we've seen in the past with the likes of Whiteout, and there have been other instances like Forest Raiders, for example. The Coffeecan vest and that are also quite expensive because they sold a lot less compared to the rest of the skins in that set. You'd imagine these might do quite alright. Well, we also have to take into consideration that Whiteout collection and the Forest Raiders collection, it took a good few years to get to the point where they're at now. Are you patient enough to wait? Probably not, no. Now, I get the feeling with Legacy Kevlar skins kind of down bad, when you look at the likes of the hoodie and pants, I kind of get the feeling when people see the hoodie and pants going down a fair bit, they might get worried that the other skins might suffer just as badly, and they might unload their stock here as well. So, with the arrival of these two skins, we did see a nice spike demand, spike of price for some of these skins, but it didn't go up insanely, which was awkward. And I am starting to see certain skins, such as Tier 3, starting to trend downwards a little bit more now, which is unfortunate. But could it get worse? Oh yes, for sure. We haven't even really entered Easter time yet, but prices have, across the board gone down pretty bad already, which is kind of getting me thinking maybe the prices won't be so bad in Easter time because we've already gone down. And of course, I do have to mention that the Copenhagen Major will be kicking off in about 5 weeks' time. It's not necessarily when it starts, but it's when the sale happens. When the sale happens, when it's 75% off with all the capsules and whatnot, that's where I think we're going to really notice bad things happening to the likes of our Rust economy. So, yeah, if this is looking pretty bad, will this follow? Very likely, because again, people will be looking at the other skins and assume, oh no, if the other skins are doing bad, maybe I need to unload these real quickly. So I am just going to look at these and think, maybe I'm just going to stick with doing a buy order. Now, what will the buy order price be, Hedge? I'm going to have to consider that, aren't I? Chat, these sold for $2 a piece. They went all the way down to about $1.10 at one point. That was unfortunate, but based on the amount of sales we saw for them, not too surprising. A little bit too many of them were bought. It is what it is. But these have been fairly tame. Reasonable. I'm fine with that. I like it. I kind of get the feeling these two are going to probably end up with about 25,000 sales by tomorrow, because again, with people seeing this now, they'll probably think, oh, you know what, I could probably go ahead and buy some of them. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of want to go close to the prices they're selling for, but not like really, really close to them. So I think I'm going to probably go up to about 75% of the way. So if you want to play it safe, I would say you could do $1 for the Legacy Kevlar helmet, but I'd push it all the way up to about $1.50. Will this dip below its Rust Door price? Wouldn't be surprised if it does. Will it go down pretty bad? I don't think so. But I do expect it to dip below its Rust Door price at some point. So $1 if you want to play it safe, $1.50 if you want to play it a little bit more stronger. I actually want to grab some of these, so I'm going to put down some decent money. But just remember, Easter time might sound bad, but we all just, not too long ago, we just got out of the likes of the autumn-fall seasonal dip. That was bad. That was bad. And we're going to go through it again later this year. So don't forget about these things. Your buy orders, you have to really take into consideration how long are they likely to stay up for, and how low will these skins go when it's around September time. It's quite a distance away, but you still have to keep it in consideration. Because you'll do tons of buy orders early in the year, but when it gets to around September time, yep, suddenly those buy orders that you thought were fairly safe are actually a little bit too high then, and then unfortunately end up buying tons of Rust skins. So yeah, $1 to $1.50. If you want to play even safer, offer less. If you want to play a little bit more aggressive, offer a little bit more. If you think you could grab a whole bunch of these, like if you actively want to buy 50 of them, but you don't want to actually buy them, then offer like $1.80 each, get them 20 cents cheaper. It's up to you. Think like that. Strategize. But it's up to you with what you do with your money. And in regards to the Legacy Kevlar Road Sign Vest, I think I'll push up to about $2. So I feel like I'm going to do $1.50 to $2 in regards to that. Now, is that going to be fine? I think it'll be okay. I do expect it to dip. But I can imagine that these probably will be the most reasonably safe skins compared to all the others, because I expect, number one, not so many of these skins to have... not so many skins of these to be on the likes of the Steam market. And, well, we'll see. Because I also don't think that many people have jumped in and bought an excess amount of them. You know, people buying them purely with the intent to sell them for a profit. I feel like these two are probably going to have a lot less of that. So I can see these being a fair bit more safer. So $1 to $1.50 for this, and $1.50 to $2 for the vest. Sounds good? Right then. So the final decision is up to you people. Let's now move on. Space Airlock Double Door. This has reached 20,000 bare minimum sales. It's going to probably do maybe another 1,000, maybe might reach up to about 22,000. We shall see. But for what it is, perfectly fine sheet metal double door. No issues, no problems. Has a very reasonable amount of glow in the dark. Excellent, fine, awesome, cool, no issues. And as we have expressed, that in regards to the sheet metal double doors, when we looked at this on the, when the rust door rotated, every single sheet metal double door that is marketable is in the positive. Very nice, very cool. They appear to be very reliable. Half the reason is because we just don't really see many of the marketable ones appearing. We do, however, get quite a lot of Twitch drops. Last year, 1, 2, 3. Last year, for ones that we got in the rust store, 1, 2, 3. This one was a charity skin. So whilst it was in the rust store, you couldn't sell it afterwards. So just understand that. And the year before that, we had 3 marketable skins. So 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, there. And then 1. Well, actually, again, charity skin. So 1, 2, 3 charity Twitch drops. Sorry. And then, yeah, before we used to get quite a lot of them. So anyway, point I'm trying to get across is, quite surprised to see one being accepted this early in the year. But, it's not the end of the world. It's totally fine for what it is. But I am concerned about next week. All right? So I will now show you the most recent TGG's top picks list. Now, this is very notable because it has pretty much every single Lunar New Year skin and Valentine skin that was submitted over the past 2 weeks. There is 160 skins here. This technically is the official list of what is going to be appearing tomorrow. Now, please remember, based on what we expect with the likes of the holidays, Lunar New Year happens on the 10th on the Saturday, but Valentine's happens on the 14th. What we're expecting is, we're either tomorrow going to have a very big fat rust store with Lunar New Year skins that are all dragon themed because it's the year of the dragon this year, and Valentine skins, or tomorrow we only see Lunar New Year skins appear with the items and of course the brand new spear and dragon launcher. That's going to be very nice to look forward to. But over the weekend, we then get an extra batch of Valentine skins being added. So overall, it will end up being a big rust store. But again, we don't know what it's going to look like, but we do expect both holidays to get some good representation. So consider going through this list, get a good idea of all the potential candidates, but what I care about is showing you the sheet metal double doors that were submitted. Tons of deplorables, by the way, absolutely tons of them. But here we are, sheet metal double doors. There we go. So we have 4 options right here. You've got a very cool looking batch of Lunar New Year double doors there and Valentine's. So this is Vase, Slanosta and Lynx's long sheet metal double door. Get a good look at that. That is absolutely wonderful. Very lovely looking skin right there. I wouldn't be surprised if that potentially gets picked tomorrow. Look at it. Like, come on now. How could you say no? And that's what kind of worries me, because there are some very, 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 very good submissions. Let me show you the second one, because this also is absolutely amazing. And it's a continuation of the garage door that we had accepted last year. That right there, ooh, very nice, very cool. Look at the glow in the dark in that. It looks as if it's like a dimly lit room. That is awesome. Great usage of the glow in the dark. And during the day, you might notice you got all the dragons on the side. So excellent representations. Sheet metal double doors. Will they be accepted? Probably. Wouldn't be surprised. Let me put it that way. But then again, we also have the likes of Valentine's. So here we have, this is Frogs. Very cool looking Valentine's Passionate Love sheet metal double door. And as you can see, with the way they've designed it, it looks like it has a lot of depth when it glows in the dark at night time. That looks really cool. So that's also a very good candidate. And then we have the Neon Love Metal Double Door made by Anubis Dunk over here. You got like Cupid here on a cloud shooting arrows with all the hearts all around it. Again, glow in the dark, very nice. So we got some very, 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 very cool options that could potentially be accepted tomorrow, or over the course of next week. And this gets me a little bit worried because the airlock door, whilst it's perfectly fine for what it is, very likely will be losing quite a bit of traction with the attention that it has at the moment, and I can't help but feel like people might end up dumping them in favour of one of the new skins that I just showed you there. And here's a worry that I have. See, last year I thought Thompson skins were perfectly reliable because I didn't expect many of them to be accepted, and lo and behold, we got a lot of Thompsons last year, and that, ended up kind of not doing very well. And again, I know you've pointed it out, their spread when you shoot now isn't exactly very good, so people kind of not very happy with the Thompson weapon itself at the moment, so gun demand has proven to be a bit of a problem. But sticking with this, I can't help but worry we might be getting a lot more sheet metal double doors. And I can't help but worry, having seen a lot of people making attempts and submitting very good submissions, I've seen collection continuations and whatnot, it's becoming more of a common submission. And I can't help but feel like we might potentially be seeing more of them being accepted this year. And when you keep getting more and more and more and more and more being, added, it's worse off for the older skins, and in general, prices aren't exactly going to go super well. This has taken forever to load. But if you can recall from earlier, we have had quite a lot of sheet metal double doors being given to us for free as a Twitch drop, and based on what we've seen over the past year or so, whilst it might have been fairly minimal with the acceptances before, it doesn't mean we're definitely going to match up to that. And already this year we've already received two, one as a Twitch drop and this right here. So you can understand I'm a little bit worried. You can understand I'm a little bit iffy. So in regards to that, I still can see it working out perfectly fine. Let's not forget a very interesting detail. When we had the deep sea double door last year, okay, we looked at it and thought, all right, so this came out during the Abyss update, so that's when they released the Abyss hazmat suit and whatnot with the cool looking tools and the weapon, the AK, I mean. So but you get what I mean, and the torch, that looked awesome. So basically, this came out with that, and when we actually looked at this, we're like, I don't think many people are actually going to want to use it that much. It's a bit like dull, not to sound mean, but that's by design, That's supposed to be aquatic theme, deep sea. It's right, it's in the name. Well, that did 26,000 bare minimum sales. This did go up to about almost $2.50 at one point about a month ago. So this still rose up in price nicely. This still had reasonable demand. It still worked out all right. So with the likes of this, I can still see it working out all right based on, hopefully, if we don't see too many double door skins being accepted this year. So rolling with that, if this was last year, I would have bought them. But now that it's 2024, and, with the recent video that I've done where I've had to sit here and say, look, I've got to kind of be a bit more cautious now. I've got to kind of approach 2024 assuming that not everything's going to be a-okay, for certain skins. I feel like I will probably push up to about $2. All right? I want to do $1.50 to $2 on this door. If you feel more confident, if you think, those Lunar New Year skins and Valentine skins are nice, but I don't think we're actually going to be seeing that many. I don't think we're going to see any. I don't think we're going to be worried about that. Then maybe you want to go, a bit more aggressive. If anything, if we don't see any of them appear tomorrow, maybe I might jump in and do a stronger buy ultra after that. But I want to do $1.50 to $2. I feel like I've talked more than enough to explain my thought process behind that. Again, it was a fair bit of a ramble, understood, but it's better I sit here and inform you of everything rather than the bare, absolutely hardly anything, and then, so, told you double doors are losing novelty, especially with the Twitch drops. Yeah, I know, I'm seeing it. I know, I've explained it, Mr. Handsome Mop, thank you very much. So, we'll see what happens, alright? We'll see what happens, but again, I can't help but feel like tomorrow we'll probably be seeing some more double doors appearing, which is fine, because I do like those designs. But Space Airlock, unfortunately, it will mean you lose your funder, the attention that you have, and it very likely will impact your price. Let's now move on then. Blackstone SAR. Cool looking SAR, but again, we literally just had a black SAR not too long ago, and it's kind of down bad, real bad. Now, that Blackstone SAR just has a black, aim sight. That's fine. But we did have a Pirate SAR recently, which is basically fully black as well, but that had a red sight. That is definitely very, very helpful and very, very useful. But unfortunately, with what you see here, it is not doing very well. 80 stock on the Steam market. Buy orders only going up to just about 90-ish cents. Awkward. Yeah, this suffered pretty dramatically and pretty quickly. Because, yeah, that only came out about a month ago. It's very unfortunate. So now I look over to here with a Blackstone SAR. And I'm very sorry to say, but I can't help but feel like the exact same thing's going to happen to that. SARs are really awkward at the moment. And I'll show you that in a second just to follow up. But yes, this is part of the Blackstone collection. But it's really awkward at the moment because Nullfut and Jimmy Tedeschi are now calling all of their skins polished obsidian. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not joking. Take a look. So they're now referring to all of their new submissions as polished obsidian. So there won't be a collection continuation for the likes of the SAR, which is a bit awkward. Anyway, so as you can see, it has just a standard black aim sight. Now, at the end of the day, that's totally fine, but to differentiate from the rest of the skin, it might be a little bit awkward. I don't really know if that matters too much, because you're probably just using Crosshair X anyway. So in short, with the likes of this, do we have other options that are like full black SARs? Yes, quite a lot actually, to be honest. I can't help but feel like that's going to suffer. So if I go over to here and show you all the semi-automatic rifle skins that we've had somewhat recently, take a look and see that we have a bit of a problem. What kind of problem? Well, number one, this takes forever to load. There you go. Thank you very much. Yeah, can you see any of them in the positive? Because I can't. Yeah, they're all down bad. They are all down bad. Now, again, Twitch drops that we've had recently very likely would have impacted all of that. So, in short, I think I'm just going to do 70 cents, 90 cents. Yes. I've also realised that's not abnormal. Oh, damn it. Alright, do you know what? Because I've messed up, we'll just go through all the skins in order, and in the description for the chapters, I'll just refer to that as regular skin, not abnormal. So I messed up there. Ah, Hedge, you fool. Never mind. Alright, so that right there is not abnormal. That will become marketable tomorrow when the Rust store rotates. Hedge major noopsie. Hedge is stupid. Hedge is dumb. Sorry about that. Sorry. So let's just roll on. Neon Vibes Armoured Door. I like the design. I like the set. I like Neon Vibes. I think we very likely have a very good chance of seeing even more potentially being accepted. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Mr. Diaz probably make a version 2 of his storages. So unfortunately, he did produce these at a bit of an awkward time, like just before Christmas. And, well, unfortunately, that meant they couldn't appear in Rust stores for a while, and they probably didn't get noticed by Face Punch, therefore not getting picked just after Christmas. Very unfortunate. But that is a perfectly cool looking design there for the large box, and with the likes of the small box, it still hasn't loaded, so I can't show you anything. Steam is really slow at the moment, but it's probably because of that new case that came out for Counter-Strike 2 just last night. But anyway, get a go at that. That is a cool looking set right there. It's just a matter of, will we actually see even more Neon Vibes deplorables being produced? Again, version 2 of those. Wouldn't be surprised if it happens. So, back over to here. The Armoured Door. I am a little bit worried. It's Armoured Doors. How often are they actually being used by people? Because if you were to actually look at the likes of this, you might notice that, wow, they're not looking pretty good at the moment. Even the absolutely most incredibly awesome pay-to-win Brutalist Armoured Door, glow-in-the-dark and wonderful amounts of transparency that you can see through, even that's down by 20%. All skins in general, awkwardly bad at the moment. So when I look at this, the only saving grace for it, to be honest, is the set. So all the other skins, doing reasonably fine, perfectly fine. Yes, that's down by 1%. That's not really much to worry about. Anyway, as I said, I can't help but assume maybe we'll get a sleeping bag. Maybe we'll get a rug. Maybe we'll get a water purifier. Who knows? But more deplorables, all the better. And again, just to see a simple version 2 of either of these, I wouldn't say no to that. If there are more deplorables produced and made for this collection as a whole, the collection will get stronger. But by itself, independently, I do worry for it. Will this go below its Rust store price? I do expect it. How low will it go? I don't know. But I don't expect it to be dramatically low. So my answer is I think I'm going to probably do like $1.20 and maybe $1.70. Yeah, I can imagine it dipping below its Rust store price a bit, but I could also imagine it doing better compared to the rest of the Armoured Doors that you can see right here. Not that one, of course. That one's still extra special. But the likes of all of these other ones, Bombshell surprisingly not doing very well, but that was a whole situation in regards to the summer sale when it came out and the awkward Steam market back then. It will do better than these, I assume. And I'm rolling with that it's probably going to go down a fair bit, but not significantly and terribly. So as long as the set as a whole has good demand, which it seems it does because it's very nice and bright and very colourful, I can imagine it doing okay, but still below its Rustall price. So I will probably sit here and say $1.20 to about $1.70. So we'll see what happens there. Sounds good? Let's move on. So this right here is the Cursed Hide shoes. This is not abnormal. This is a regular skin. This will become marketable tomorrow when the Rustall rotates. And I'll be honest with you, with the appearance of this, yeah, look at that. So Cursed Hide shirt and pants have, done very, very nicely with the arrival of this. Boonie hat, instantly up 50%. These two skins, the reason why they're kind of not doing very well is because they sold far too much. This came out during the first Rustall of 2024, the first Rustall of January, and they sold insane amounts. When you compare it to the rest of the set, it doesn't really match up very well, does it? So that's kind of suffering a little bit. Anyway, on the horizon, can we expect more of the Curse collection? Chat, I don't want to say it because you're just going to bully me, but we know, after asking Zinc and Gunya ourselves, they are plotting to consider wanting to make a Deer Skull mask. Don't say the stupid version. Shut up. It's not disco. Deer Skull. Deer Skull. Shut up. Alright. I also kind of prompted them the idea of, okay, you put Tier 3 out, but it didn't get, accepted. Why not consider doing burlap shirt and pants? In short, on the horizon, I do expect more primitive skins to be made for this collection. Now, as a whole, this is a collection. We don't get many primitive collections. And now, if I were to just kind of showcase to you real quickly, how many hide boot skins do we even have? Not many. The older ones are a little bit more pricey. They're fine, all right? They're special. It's the more recent ones we should make comparisons to. And I'll be honest with you, Pirate Hide shoes, we don't really need to bother looking at that. But what we will compare to is the Pirate Hide shoes. Now, Pirate Hide shoes, I've already made mention of this, but I'll show it again. Ever since it became marketable, it's just been doing perfectly fine. It rose up nicely, stayed calm, never really suffered, has only stayed in the positive. Steam market is still incredibly slow. Again, my apologies in regards to that. So basically, when we get that loaded up, what I wanted to point out is that this did 23,000 sales bare minimum based on subscriber count. And as you look over See, I'm so sorry. I thought it was fine. There you go. Thank you. Right, so here we go. Look at that. It went up and it stayed normal, went up a fair bit during post-Christmas, went back down a fair bit. It's actually starting to go back up a little bit now. A lot of skins are actually starting to do that. They stop going down and they start to go back up a fair bit. So keep an eye out for things like that. But anyway, you can clearly see it's been doing fine. No real major issues. In fact, it's not that far off from $2. We have a much more affordable option right here that is also fully black, part of a well-established collection, and it's sold about half as much. I can't help but feel like, with what we just saw there, I should point out that's a pattern that's basically reflected with all of the cursed skins in comparison to the Pirate Collection. There's a lot less of these compared to Pirate Collection, that it's in a pretty safe spot. It's looking pretty good. So, I mean, if you really desperately wanted to buy something, I can't help but sit here and say Cursed Hide shoes are probably your best option. Then again, you know what? I probably would still say the same thing in regards to these two. Eventually, if things were to improve with the likes of these, still stay up in price and whatnot. Again, I could see that working out all right. But this here, honestly, I don't imagine many people are going to be making hide shoe skins anytime soon. The only people that make hide shoe skins, or boot skins, sorry, are the people making a primitive collection. And not many people even get started with a primitive collection. Therefore, I don't expect many hide boot skins to be made this year, and therefore, I don't expect any competition. So that right there, looking perfectly reasonably fine to consider, if you want to do it, make a purchase. So looking at that, looking at the positivity to the Curse collection at the moment, I might go 80 cents to 90 cents. We'll do 75 cents to 90 cents. Because, again, I just don't think it's going to really do that bad. Micro, if you really want to do Thunder Gold primitive, be my guest, because we don't have really any white primitive clothing. Oh, we do have Arctic, Hedge, you fool. But Arctic's grey. We need more gold. Hey, at the end of the day, we'll see. So anyway, Cursed Hide shoes, pretty good looking candidate right there for a pretty good investment. It's up to you what you do with your money, but 75 cents to 90 cents as a buy order I would probably do. That's what I'm going to be doing. Right then, so let's move on. Ice Sword. I like the design. I think it looks cool, but I don't trust it in terms of salvage swords. And I don't trust people as well, the other people. The people out there who are also buying and selling skins. Horrible other people. Right, anyway, so looking at this awesome looking design, Gunya and Zinc did a wonderful job with it. But who's going to appreciate it enough? So we've had some pretty cool, interesting salvage sword designs in the past. You can see them if you scroll down and look in the past. Remember Fire Slasher and Zap Slasher? Rainbow Sword. Yep, we've had some pretty cool looking designs before, and they stand out very nicely. And, well, that did alright. That not so much. That did alright. But over to here, looking at this, I worry. Because with all the recent... I'm talking about all the salvage sword skins that came out over the past 2 years. Every single salvage sword is basically sitting at close to or below $1. They have not held up. They have suffered. They have struggled. And I worry. So in short, will this end up in the same position? Personally, I can see it doing a fair bit better with its much more unique design. The full blue, it looks cool. Would that be something people are actively going to chase after and wanting to use? I can't explain that, to be honest. Role players, maybe. Anyway, will that do better? Probably. I will give it a little bit of love. It's not going to be a 70 cents, 90 cents buy order. It's going to be an 80 cents to $1.20 buy order. Yeah, that's what I think. So it's going to be about halfway. But I do still expect it to go below its retail price. Wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah. I like it. I think it stands out so much better compared to all the other skins that came out over the past 2 years. But I have to take into consideration how other people are going to look at it. And, well, unfortunately, I just don't trust other people. So, yeah, awkward, but yes, it is what it is. So that is abnormal. We'll be chasing after that in, well, about 15 minutes, so I better hurry up. Let's move on. Inquisitor Metal Door. This is not abnormal. This is a regular skin. This is not going to be doing well, unfortunately. Based on what I see here, cool idea, cool architecture and whatnot. I got no issue with that. Looks awesome. Looks very cool with its style. However, will everybody appreciate it? I have doubts. I do have doubts. Now, I can give you a little bit of a heads up. We do know that there was a continuation. Recently, FUF did make the likes of an Inquisitor furnace. You'd know about that if you, of course, kept track with the likes of my Rust Workshop Skin Checks video. Yes, every single week we do make a video compiling all the newest skins that have appeared on the workshop. And with it being a continuation, if you were to look in the description, you will see that I have listed it right there. 9 minutes in with a chapter. You can skip straight ahead if you so wish. Cool. So, do you consider watching my Rust Workshop Skin Checks videos if you want to stay up to date in regards to the workshop submissions? Back over to here, very cool looking design, and back over to here, looking at this skin, it's nice, but how will other people look at that? I don't think they're going to appreciate it. And with that, I worry. And with that, we also have to take into consideration how many sheet metal doors are we probably going to get this year? Because already, how many have we received since the beginning of this year? The answer is, well, it's taking forever to load. I love the loading. I don't know what's going on. Everything seems awkward. There we are. Perfect. It's been, what, 5 weeks? We've already got 4 sheet metal doors. Last year, we received 30. Now, out of all of these sheet metal doors that you see right there, how many of them are in the positive? Not many. There's that one, and that's it. That's not good. But you can clearly see the problem is that we have far too many sheet metal doors. And, yeah, over 200 to choose from, to be precise. So with far too many options, this leads to problems, this leads to issues, and with that, I can't help but feel like that's going to suffer, struggle. I don't know if I even want to approach that, but if you were to do a buy order, 60 cents to 80 cents, yep, that wouldn't be surprising. I feel like that's going to go down pretty low, and I'll be honest with you, buying that for a certain price and trying to make some good profit out of it, I just don't really see it happening, and I don't think I'm going to bother. I'm sorry to say. But I'm sure you can understand. Far too many options, so many sheet metal doors just suffer immediately, and I don't want to go near. No, so, yeah, awkward. Right, and here we have the inflatable tools. People don't care for tools. What do you mean? Take a look at all the tools. Here we had to sit and wait for this to load up. There we go. How many tools do you see that have come out over the past 3 years that are currently in the positive? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Okay, see that there. Okay, that's cool. We got one. Cool. Yay, we found one. Yay. Yeah, I don't think that's looking pretty good. Oh, okay, what we should also do is quickly point out what prices are they selling for. 83 cents, 93 cents, 92 cents, 92 cents, 96 cents, $1.08, $1.87. Okay, that's cool. 96 cents, $1.18, 97 cents, 89 cents, 97 cents. Yeah, they're all around $1 basically. Most of them, at the very least. Okay, what about pickaxes? Sure, we'll go take a look at pickaxes. There we go. Okay, 82 cents, $1, 85 cents, 93 cents, 85 cents, 99 cents, 86 cents. It's the same thing. That's going to be a 70-cent buy order. Yeah. And yeah, you will probably want to do not even 90 cents, just a 70-cent buy order, because all of those pickaxes and hatchets were 90 cents, weren't they? So it's a 70-cent buy order. Yeah. And they are abnormal. So that's it. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. People don't like tools, and, well, we've got to understand that and approach it that way. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Right then. So, that was all the abnormal skins and the regular skins, because I made an oopsie, but again, in the description, you'll see that I will make sure that they are all set appropriately, like, you know, abnormal and regular, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. Anyway, let's start talking about what we can expect tomorrow. So we've already lightly touched on it, but as you can clearly see right here, we have a big fat, big fat top picks list produced by Mr. TGG, that German guy. Yes, this is technically the official list for all the Lunar New Year and Valentine skins. Tomorrow, it is February 8th, but within the same week until the next rush store, on the 10th of February, Saturday, it is Lunar New Year, the Year of the Dragon. We are going to see Lunar New Year skins tomorrow. But we very likely will also see Valentine skins, because the 14th, which happens within the same week, is, you know, Valentine's. Now, will we get the Valentine skins immediately tomorrow as well? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see them tomorrow, but then see them at some point being inserted in around the weekend. It's happened before. That happened in 2021. All you got to do is just go over to here, 2021, click this. So, February 11th, 2021, what did we see? Lunar New Year skins, the Year of the Ox, a lovely batch of skins and items there. But just 2 days later, what did we see being inserted on a Saturday? It was February 13th, and we had a small sum of some extra Valentine skins being inserted into the Rust store. So overall, it will end up being a big fat Rust store. Overall. But yeah, that is the situation that I'm expecting. So go ahead and look at all of these skins and get a good idea. Didn't TG say they arrive on Saturday? He didn't know. He didn't have a definitive answer, unfortunately. I'm just sitting here saying, don't be surprised if that happens. We don't know what's going to happen, but because it's happened before, it could happen again. So I haven't seen a definitive answer. We'll see, but as I'm scrolling down, you can clearly see a lot of very interesting skins are all there. Make sure you go to the workshop and see it for yourself. If you don't know how to find it, I'll show you very quickly. So, let's go to the main workshop page. So here is the main Rust workshop page. Very nice, very cool. Hover over Browse, click Collections, and you will see TGG's top pick list right there. Just got to click it, and voila, you're there. And you can look at all the skins that are candidates for tomorrow's Rust store, or rather, next week's Rust store, based on how they potentially might add and accept all the skins. What notable collections are there? I mean, it's not really anything, to be honest. Lunar New Year skins and Valentine skins aren't really something you should be expecting a big fat profit out of. The only real thing that I've made that much of a fuss out of fairly recently would be the likes of Lovestruck. And I did make a video dedicated to talking about that. So again, just look over here on the YouTube and you'll see it right there. And I went on a bit of a 15-minute ramble talking about that's probably like the last hurrah for Lovestruck. Maybe a jacket at some point next year. That would still give it a good, nice boost. But in terms of like all the core pieces and whatnot, it's already got all of them accepted. Kind of wouldn't be surprised if that does get accepted with the boots and the gloves. So, yeah. And of course, you know, you got like Wings of Love here. Unfortunately, Airlock didn't call it that. I hope they don't mistakenly just call it Love Riot, because it is supposed to be Wings of Love Riot helmet. If it is accepted and called Wings of Love Riot helmet, you might see the hoodie and pants have a bit of a boost on the Steam market. If they don't, awkward, and it very likely might not help those out. So, yeah, I've been rambling a lot, haven't I? And we have the abnormals appearing in just under 10 minutes. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow in regards to the acceptances. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to skip ahead to the buy orders. And then after that, we'll, of course, go ahead and look at the abnormal barter support, looking at all of these skins, and then we can consider if we actually want to jump in and buy them. Sounds good? Let's skip ahead. Let's go. So yeah, no, that's not loading up for me. So that's kind of put me in a bit of an awkward position. So I guess I'm just gonna have to go over to here and just do them on one account. That's not fun. Anyway, it's midnight. Let's roll. And oh god, here we go. The long loads. There we are. Right, 6,793. Perfecto. That's exactly what I wanted to see at this time. Let's just go do that. See, this was fine. This loaded up real quickly. Why was it so bad and everything else? I have no idea. Come on, Space Airlock. 300 buy orders. That's fine with me. Okay, then we have Neon Vibes Armored Door. There we go. Whoa. Only 6, oh, damn, hardly any buy orders. You are a little bit risky. I saw what was already put down as a buy order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, let's go grab this. Can I actually make this load up? Oh, it works! Sort of. I think. Load! It did! Hurrah! Hooray! Right, that only took forever. Okay. I'm not upset. I'm just very disappointed. Right. What prices is that going to lead up to? Because yeah, you had to offer it a little bit lower. Mate, I have no explanation for why that was so bad for me today. Right, $2. And there we go. Do I really want to put another buy order down on you? I'll inspect the buy orders when it loads up at its own pace. Eventually. Oh, is it going to do it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Oh, come on, hurry. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it is whatever. Oh, I've just accidentally tapped something. Mate, seriously. So, yeah, a real quick question to all the people who will be watching this on video. Has this affected you recently as well, the Steam? Because yeah. Right, people, we're back. So we didn't really need to wait, but there's a problem with the listings. So, of course, as you can see, we got, the SMM acknowledges that they've been put on the Steam market, but if you actually look at these Steam market listings, we have a bit of a problem. Yeah. So, they're not working properly. People can't actually list their skins. This is a problem. Why? Well, in short, if this doesn't get fixed soon, we very likely will have a summer situation. What's that? Do you remember the Rust store where we had the Redemption AK-47 and the Bombshell Armored Door? Do you remember that one? I'll quickly show you. So let's just go over to here real quickly. Go back to June 29 and you'll see it for yourself. So basically, around the same time that the summer sale took place, when this Rust store came out, all of the skins, when they all became marketable, aka with the abnormals and whatnot, we ended up seeing the pages looking like that. And what happened is that wasn't fixed for a week. And what happened was people panicked. People assumed, oh no, everything's going to go terribly. I best unload all of my stock to the highest buy order. So we can still see the buy orders. We can still see the buy order support. That's fine. For us right now, that's good. But we do have to kind of be aware of this. Don't panic. Don't get worried. Leave it be. It will very likely, and it's happened before like this, it will probably be fixed within a day, all right? But what happened last time was, because people couldn't actually list theirs on the Steam market, they decided to unload all of their stock to the highest buy order and, just run away. And unfortunately, it completely destroyed all the buy order support that all the skins had. And then if you go take a look at the state of the armored door right now, that had transparency, that glowed the dark, that was a very cool looking armored door that at the time was the most amazing thing ever to happen. And now it's barely $1 because it has no barter support anymore. And I have nothing to show because the Steam market's completely broken for me. So, yeah, there you go. So we can't see any listings like that at the moment, I'm afraid, with the current Rust store that we have. But as I said, by the time this was fixed, it had no buy order support. Like the highest buy order was probably like $1.20 or something. For a $2.49 skin, that's not enough. It suffered, it crashed, and it's gotten worse. So yes, don't do anything like that. Just avoid it. Because if you do something like that, you're going to basically destroy the skin. If you just wait patiently, it will be fixed and everything will return to normal, and these skins very likely will work out very nicely in the future. But yeah, that's if you're not going to panic, all right? And as I said, it's happened like this before where it ended up getting fixed within a day. So we'll see what happens, but regardless, let's talk about the abnormal buy order support. So as you can see, this has over 9,000 buy orders, very, very strong. You do have the botted buy order right there with 7,000, but when you look at all of these other buy orders, the vast majority of it does go up above $1, and it's looking very strong, and the support pushing all the way up to $2 and above. Perfectly fine. This is a $2.49 skin. It's got buy orders pushing all the way up to $2.27. So as long as this gets fixed, I can envision that this is going to have a pretty good time ahead of it. Now, if it's, if you're watching this on the Thursday and this is fixed on the Steam market, you can actually see listings and whatnot. If you really want to go spend some money, this isn't looking too bad of an option. Like I said, will it dip below its Rust store price at some point down the line? Wouldn't be surprised. But as I said, with the likes of this and the Coffeecan, I can't help but feel like they're going to be very reliable to a point. I don't imagine they're going to suffer too badly. I don't imagine they're going to be going up in price too highly, anytime soon. But gradually, as time goes on, as I said, so as long as the set remains in demand, gradually and graciously, it should rise up quite nicely. We'll see how far it goes. So what we have there, again, pretty much the exact same thing. Lots of support pushing all the way up to above $2. Actually, I think the person who did this buy order got it wrong. Don't forget, this isn't selling for $2.49 as well. That's selling for $2, not $1.99. If that's anyone here in the chat, you might have made a mistake. So, yeah. You fool. Yes, this is $1.99. That's $2.49. So, yeah. Anyway. So, hopefully this does get fixed. By tomorrow, or well, at least later on Thursday. For me, it's later on Thursday. But both of these are looking perfectly fine. And if you're watching this on Thursday, if you've got some money to spend and you want to spend it, these two probably aren't too bad of an idea. You got to just be patient and hope the likes of Legacy Kevlar works out right in the future. Over to here, the likes of the Space Airlock Double Door. As we can see, buy orders have pushed all the way up to $2. Yes, slightly above. It looks like it's got a reasonable amount of support. Looking at all of the build-up, seems to be reasonably fine. Many buy orders above $1, pushing all the way up to $2. Very strong support, should be good. So I can't help but feel like that's going to have a pretty good future ahead of it. All the better if we don't see any sheet metal double doors being accepted anytime soon. But like I said, there's a pretty good chance we might be seeing something tomorrow, or at least within the next week. So we shall see. Cool looking door, nothing too crazy. It's not too surprising to see. Actually, no, damn, that only did 1,800 buy orders. This wasn't botted. This wasn't botted. Cool. All right, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. I actually might be one of the fastest people. When I looked at it, it only had 300 buy orders. Now, with my Steam being a bit awkward, we'll see. Anyway, so Neon Vibes Armored Door over to here. Only 795 requests to buy. There you go. Interesting. Very interesting. Where did all the botting go? I guess they only cared for Legacy Kevlar. Anyway, so vast majority of the buy orders pushing up to above $1 and even higher and higher and higher and going all the way up to $2. You know what? Fair enough. It is a very nice looking armoured door skin. Maybe this might be the only armoured door that does well this year. Who knows? But it's part of a well-established, very liked collection. And if we do see more skins being made for it, all the better for it, and we'll find out eventually. Did anybody ever actually go to the workshop page and ask Diaz himself, hey, are you considering making more skins? And, of course, this takes forever to load up. So why don't we leave that for now? So at the moment, this looks reasonable, but again, I do still expect it to go below its Rust store price, so I'm going to leave that for now. I'll go back to that in a second, to its workshop page, to see if, someone asked. But over to here, Ice Sword. Oh, there you go, it's working now. And, we got a comment, and... oh. That's not helpful. Anyway, so, yep. This has got buy orders only going up to $1.15. And, well, you've got some buy orders above $1, but the vast majority of it below 90 cents. Wow. So I don't imagine that's going to be retaining its value. Nope. That is very unfortunate to see. Will it gradually get a better popularity as time goes on? Will people gradually start using it more and more, because it does stand out quite nicely? It's a pretty cool looking skin. I'm not going to hate it. I think it looks cool. I just, again, it's other people. If everybody likes it, then that's nice. But if only you like it, that's a problem, especially as an investor. Then over to here, the tools. Yeah, I don't think anybody really cared for them. And the highest buy order is only 75 cents because, well, so many of them on the Steam market are currently selling for about 90 cents each. So if you're looking to try and make a decent bit of profit, this might be your only option. Yep. So that's it. That is it. And it turns out I'm the highest buy order. That is the state of tools. How very unfortunate. So, like I said, I really do hope that this gets fixed. Quick refresh. Nope, still not working. Let's see how it all turns out. But the weird thing is, as I close this and go over to here, where are we? Where is it getting these prices from? SCMM.app seeing things we can't see. Chat, I have to ask real quickly. You can't see anything as well, right? You can't see any proper listings, right? Because SCMM apparently can, and I can't. I have no idea. Did some people try to make a listing, but it didn't go through properly? Or, I don't know. You can't see, but you can list. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Right, so I guess we're just going to have to find out. Again, maybe it'll be fixed by tomorrow's Rust or rotation. We'll find out. Okay, cool. Right, let's move on from there then. So, as we already mentioned earlier, we will probably be getting the vast majority of our skins tomorrow with this top picks list. So give this a good look. If you don't know how to find it, once again, if you just go to the Rust Workshop, hover over Browse, click Collections, and it'll be at the top. TGG's top picks, February 2024, week 2. And it is a big fat top picks list. All of it consisting of Lunar New Year skins and Valentine's skins. Go give this a good look. All of the skins accepted for tomorrow are expected to come from here. It is simply a matter of, will it be straight up consisting of Lunar New Year and Valentine's, or will it only be Lunar New Year tomorrow and Valentine's over the course of the weekend? We shall see. We'll just have to find out. Awesome, cool. Now don't forget, we do have those special items being introduced tomorrow. The first ever wooden spear skin is going to be introduced, the Chinese New Year spear. And of course we have the dragon launcher. I don't know what they're going to be priced at, but it's going to be pretty interesting. But what I'm also considering is that I don't think we're actually going to have a mask tomorrow. Who knows, but let me just kind of remind you of this. So I'm sure many of you are aware, we very likely will be seeing the return of large fireworks packs, Chinese lantern, New Year gong, dragon door knocker, and, well, we would normally get a Lunar New Year mask, but we don't have one this year, it seems, potentially, because we already have a dragon mask. If you don't fully remember, when Face Punch first started doing the masks, it was the year of the pig, but I get the feeling they probably thought to start off a set with a pig probably wouldn't work very well. They instead did the dragon mask. So that came out, what, 5 years ago? Yep, sold for $9.49. Anyway, will that be brought back, or will they have a different one made? I haven't seen them mentioning in the commits working on a new mask, so I kind of get the feeling they're just not actually going to introduce a mask next week. Well, tomorrow. Who knows? We shall see. We shall see. So that's awkward. That's awkward. But other than that, looking at all the other things, I can't help but feel like something's probably not going to get brought back. I don't know, but if you haven't noticed, we do have the likes of the Sky Lantern that was introduced 2 years ago but never was brought back. If we don't see that tomorrow, I'm going to sit here and effectively say that's discontinued. Yeah. As in, it only came out for one Rust store and then never seen ever again. It might be quite rare. So we'll discuss that tomorrow. We will do. And who knows what the price of the likes of the Spear and the Dragon Launcher would be. I'm going to go with $2.99 and $4.99. We'll find out. We shall see. So, yeah, that is basically that. Year of the Dragon. Cool. And Valentine's. Kiss, kiss. Kiss dragons, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah. It is looking to be pretty interesting tomorrow. But hopefully, as I said, those market listings are fixed, and we'll see if we do get the likes of another sheet metal double door. And don't forget, of course, Cursed Hide Shoes, Inquisitor Metal Door, and the Blackstone Star will become marketable when the Rust Store rotates tomorrow. So get some links readily prepared. Better than me earlier. Steam Market's so broken for me at the moment. And if you're wondering, it's probably most likely due to the fact that we got a brand new CS case that came out last night. Loads of people are just constantly going mad on the Steam Market. A brand new knife was introduced. I get the feeling everyone's chasing after the brand new expensive skins, the brand new expensive knives. Not too hard to comprehend. So there's probably a lot of activity on Steam at the moment, which is causing problems. Who knows? We shall see. God, I wonder if I can do any more buy orders. Oh dear, oh dear. Hey, you shouldn't be surprised I do as much as I can to get some profits. Rust, TF2 and Counter-Strike, so it is what it is. So with that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Like I said earlier, please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks video. The collection of all the newest skins is located over to here, because what you might notice is with the most recent TDG's top picks list, it's only consisting of Lunar New Year skins and Valentine skins. He hasn't got the regular normal skins added to it. You won't see the likes of Inquisitor Furnace there. You will not see the likes of Polished Obsidian large box and an Ancient Squiggles box. Hell, if I scroll down a little bit more, what do we see? As a submachine gun, we got the Whiteout Thompson right there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have liked to have seen that in the top picks, but I get the feeling we're going to see it in next week's top picks. And, you know, along with the likes of the Thompson, we also have the likes of this very, very cool looking Thundergold AK-47. So that collection's continuing even more so. So yeah, that might not be in this week's top picks list, but it very likely will be appearing in next week's top picks list. That looks stunning, beautiful, lovely. So yeah, cool. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you later, and have a lovely week, and look forward to the Rust Store tomorrow.